Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Fireside. My name's Tcmano, joined by number one rocker. We got Dr. Underscore in production. We've got an amazing match for y'all tonight. It's going to be the Refugees versus Ninja Rebooted. We're looking here in main playoffs. This is going to be the lower bracket round two. Both of these teams fighting to stay in playoff contention. The loser here is going to be going home. Their season will be ended. We got two maps ahead of us, maybe a third if it goes that far. We're going to have to see, but it should be an exciting matchup. Number one, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for having me on. How you doing, Mano?
I am also doing fantastic as well. Sorry for stealing your adjective there, but it's just so applicable because we got two amazing teams
Yeah.
going out here, going to be fighting, and we should say to the stream, we do know a lot of the players on both of these teams. Kind of got a lot of experience playing with them, so it's going to be very fun to see them duke it out over this best of three. But they've had some experience previously in the season, but we're gonna have to see if maybe it might be a bit of a different result for the Pug Refugees, or if it's gonna be Ninjago once again walking away with it. What are your initial thoughts about this match, number one? And I guess after that we can maybe go into some of the rosters as well.
Yeah, true. Like you said, we have a little bit of inside baseball. We know most of the players in this server, and I was looking over some of the previous stats of these guys, and yeah, it seems that there was some roster changes from earlier in the season, and that's gonna affect how they approach this match. And I'm sure that there's a lot, not bad blood, but certainly a healthy rivalry to this one, especially considering that they both know each other so well. So it'll be interesting to see if any emotions come out big as well as big plays.
Of course, of course. Like you said, they did face on Sultry, like we were talking earlier, actually, week 4.
Mhm.
And it was a super slow game. I don't think we casted it, but I do remember watching it. It was eventually the Ninjago Rebooted squad walking away with that one, largely in part due to some sniping from Rapscallion, who's not going to be here anymore. Like you mentioned, those roster changes affecting the Ninjago Rebooted team. And so they've now got Michael PC1. I guess with that, I can go down the Ninjago Rebooted roster as well. So you are going to have Michael PC1 coming in on Scout. You've got Hammy as your pocket scout. Bibby and Penguin are going to be your souls. Alex, aka Mom I Threw Up, is going to be the demo man. And then Mario is going to be the medic. Not to be confused with Mario Mans. This is a different Mario that has equal claim to the name Mario, but they're going to be playing medic here tonight. And then if you want to go down the Pug Refugees roster, number one.
Gladly. On the pocket scout, we have Nomad or Sage J. And on the flank scout, like a sir, our soldier's going to be S and Kotz. Kotz going to be taking the pocket role. Or no, the roamer role, excuse me. Earl on demo, and Mob, the infamous Moby on medic.
Yes, poor Mob, and it is Mob, not Moby or Mobius, but it's always fun to
Maybe Mobius.
maybe
Sometimes
Mobius. Yeah, it might be Mob in time. We'll have to see because these guys were casted only a couple of days ago. Shadows to Manicute and Throne for doing an awesome job there, showing their intense matchup. They did ultimately lose, which is why they're here now in this lower bracket, trying to stay in playoffs contention. But we did see kind of like a few exciting plays from Mob, especially on product, being able to stay alive there and really netting his team the round victory when they shouldn't have done so at all. And now that we've kind of given the overview of the rosters, number one, who are kind of the standout players in your eyes from both of these teams? Maybe you just want to focus on Pug Refugees, but who are the standout players that you expect to go huge throughout this best of 3?
Well, honestly, one thing I've been sitting on for a while, and I just have to say it, and I noticed it in that last matchup on Monday, and it's got to be S on Soldier, because there was that moment on Metalworks where they shoved from flank onto second in order to back cap while the GG Go Next combo was moving through house. And S just stepped up and just made an awesome bomb into that doorway on bridge to just stuff the GG Go Next combo so that his team could continue on and get that back cap. And I just feel like he has such an intimidation factor, right, going on. Whenever I see him in Pugs, he's always a big pick. You can't go wrong with him. And Penguin, honestly, I have my misgivings about Penguin, but he can frag. He can do what he needs to. When he needs to step up, he does it, and he does it well. Um, Earl, good demo. Can't knock him. Apparently, he doesn't like Metalworks too much, so we'll see how that affects him on this go. But Metalworks, maybe he collects himself a little bit better and does a little bit better than maybe he thinks he needed to. I'm not sure. And I mean, Sage Day is Sage Day. What more can I
Yeah.
say?
Seche is Seche. Last time we saw him make a lot of huge plays for his team. Same thing with Earl and all the players on the Pug Refugee team. Like you said, Earl with some nasty pipes across the map,
Oh yeah.
getting onto the enemy demo. Yeah, with that lock and load, it's just doing insane damage regardless. And like you said, on the other side, from what I remember from the Sultry game, Penguin was doing a lot of great bombs, coordinated stuff with his soldier buddy in Bibby. I know Hammy has a really great comms and is really like a good, strong leader for their team. So hopefully, he'll be able to make the right calls and get the team riled up and, get everyone coordinated. Alex, I think, is also a really great demo as well. As long as he's not throwing up, which is often his alias of choice when I threw up. So hopefully, he's all set and ready for Pesta 3 because, like we were saying, number one, whoever loses this is out of playoffs. Their season is over. And I
Dunzo.
know both of these teams desperately don't want to be the first ones out.
That's so true. And like I said, it's going to be a tough match between them because there is so much history there. And also, I feel like for Refugee, there's going to be that little bit of added pressure because if they go on, no matter who wins in the upper bracket, they're going to basically be having a grudge match from earlier in the season because they fought against both Resume and GG Go Next early in the season. It was a bit close, had some wins, had some losses, but either way, to get another chance at either team, I mean, it'll show how hungry they are to finally take it all the way to the finals and win, hopefully, from their perspective.
Yes, I do know both of these teams do believe they would be able to make it all the way to grand finals.
Oh, totally.
And yeah, they definitely want to try and express that today. So we're going to have to see if they're going to be able to. We do start out on Sunshine, just going to be waiting. Luckily, it looks like Michael PC1 has a much lower ping than he did previously in the pregame because I don't know if you guys saw it, but he was like floating around like the 500 range on ping, which is not ideal even if you are a hit scan class. So good thing that has passed. And now, they're just going to be going over some strategies. I guess we can do some predictions. Number one, who do you expect to be taking this? This is the Pug Refugees pick. So they decided Sunshine was their best opportunity to walk away with a map win. Do you think it's going to be going in their favor? Do you think maybe it's going to be still a Ninjago rebooted first map win?
Well, I sort of crunched the numbers, and the last map that Refugees played against this Ninjago team was on Sunshine Week 8. They won 5-0, so I'm pretty sure that had a bit of influence in their decision to pick this map first. So I think if anybody's going to win this map, it should be Refugee. As far as Metalworks is concerned, I mean, they had a great showing against GG Go Next, but both teams actually won their regular season matches on Metalworks. That's a bit of a toss-up to me, honestly. In fact, the two times that these guys faced each other in the regular season, they have one win each, so it's 50%. So, I mean, on paper, these two teams are about as even as you can get.
And I guess we're going to have to see how it shakes up tonight. We'll go to a third map. Teams, taking their map choice and sending us all the way over, but we're just gonna have to see as we do wait for Lycaster to get in here. He had a bit of internet issues, but while we are waiting for these guys to get in, figure out all their strategies, there's some merchandise, number one. I don't know if you've seen it, but yeah, we do have some Fireside. We've got the Fireside hoodies. We got the Fireside hats. We got the Fireside beanies. Beanies are hats, but still, we got the Fireside sweatpants. It is just so many great pieces and all the colors. Well, not all the colors, but a lot of the colors that you'd probably enjoy. We also got the legendary blue Fireside logo as well coming out. Shout outs to Fireside 2, where that blue logo is on display. We have some IM coverage going on over there, just in case you're interested. It's going to be Wild Rumpus and someone else, maybe DRX,
I think.
Ah, DRX. Oh yes,
Yeah.
DRX and Wild Rump is going to be taking that one. But you see
Oh,
any clothes that you like, Mister Number One?
I mean, I'm a hoodie guy. I'm wearing a hoodie right now, actually, and I've been looking at it, and I like the color purple. So I mean,
Ooh,
purple color hoodie, can't go wrong with it. Mix of red and blue, best of both worlds.
of course, true, exactly. And those are the two dominant colors we got here in TF2. So showing your appreciation, bro, for both of these teams here. I
Hmm.
like it. I like it. Not not picking out a favorite just quite yet.
I can't show too much bias.
Of course. Gonna be a fair unbiased cast is what we're hoping for.
But I do want to point out, though, however, you can gift merchandise to a lucky viewer in chat if you're so inclined, just like a sub. So, I mean, if you want to be nice to somebody, force a sweatshirt on them, by all means, go ahead.
Ooh. All right. Well, you could make someone's day, by doing that. I will say it's like so hot where I am that if someone forced a sweatshirt on me, I think I maybe pass out from heat
I mean,
exhaustion.
I live in
But
Florida, dude. I get it.
true, true. So I mean, that's more impressive now that you're still wearing a hoodie on.
I also have two fans
Respect.
blowing on me, so I mean,
Okay.
kind of hot and cold at the same time. I can't make up my mind.
Yeah, yeah. You construct sweater weather. If it's not given to you, you will make it yourself.
Controlled climate, exactly.
Of course, of course. If you can, why not do it? As we do have one of the teams readying up here. I guess one other thing to note is that we were kind of talking about the roster changeups. The one thing I do know
Hmm.
from Pug Refugees is that they've had their own roster changeups as well.
Yeah.
They haven't really added anyone, but they've definitely been swapping around. I know at the beginning of the season, I think it was on Scout for a little bit. They had Sage J, I think, on Soldier as well. Lycasur was playing Soldier, and just kind of swapping around all over the place. Really, the three static players
Hmm.
have been on their spots the whole time. I think have Cots, Mobe, and Earl. So, and they've also been having a bit of trouble, getting everyone for every single scrim. So even
Hmm.
though they were able to walk away pretty cleanly with a 5-0 in week 8, you have to wonder if maybe the more regular, full scrim time for Ninjago Rebooted might have helped them catch up onto Sunshine.
Yeah, that's my consideration as well. I think pugs are great, but they can't really replace team time. Getting that
Yeah.
chemistry built up with your team. So I mean, it remains to be seen. Like I said, I mean, I give this first map to Refugee, but I mean, I'm not all too certain because crazier things can happen. That's why I love TF2 playoffs because almost anything can happen because people just put their heart into it. Crazy plays happen. And so, I mean, who's to say, really?
Of course, of course. And I guess as we are about to go live here, just some quick history of the team. Pug Refugees, they all joined because of the well, actually they're just called the Refugees, I think. But they joined from the Pug Refugee server.
Hmm.
Played in there, and that's kind of been the genesis for that team. On the other side, Ninjago Rebooted, they won or placed very high in IM, and they've carried over into main, sticking together for a few seasons now. We're gonna have to see whether the Pug squad or the team that's been together for a while be able to walk away with it as we go live here on our first map. Take away our first bid, Mr. Number One.
Well, I'm on the Earl cam right now. He's taking some early damage from Alex in the valley. Gets an arrow back up to health. Now waiting for action coming across the point. Waiting around their Tetris right now. Blue moving across. Here comes the bomb from Penguin on the mid. Gets chopped down. And 2 deaths early for both teams, actually. Scout Soldier down for each team. And here comes the bomb again on the Moog, taken down by Hammy with the help of Bibby. No matter to clean him up, however. Alex spamming out Cots in the tower. Now it's just Earl and Cots left on mid as No Leg is done. And Mario gets a kill on the Cots with the crossbow, proving that Medic is indeed a fragging class. And that'll be a wipe for the red team.
Yeah, really, really great stuff from everyone on Ninjago. They got the first 2 picks, and they had a lot of space on point. They could have actually probably just bullied Pug Refugees out of there. They didn't necessarily need to go all the way onto Mo, but they did, and crucially, they were able to make sure Mario stayed alive, now netting them full 100% Uber at to work within here. And, number one, these are types of pushes that kind of make or break a team. If you have full Uber ad, those are the ones that you really need to convert because everything can possibly, everything's in your advantage right now, and if you beef this, you got to really look at the drawing board, as it looks like they're about to push in here from top right.
Oh, and here comes the pop now. Coming in deep. Kott's kind of caught behind. Focusing the gun. Will it go down? Yes, it will, but now they have to focus the heavy in turn. And nothing doing. Earl bullying out the combo top left with some sticks and some pills. Heavy just now going down. He lived for so long. That's so rare to see. And now Bibby, last alive in lobby, getting shipped down from all directions. And man, they did not capitalize just like they needed to.
Yeah, they did expert stuff from the Pug refugees there to both kite and then regress expertly well, as I said. And now they've been able to cap up onto second. Mobe staying alive there means that they've got full 100% Uber ads to work with. Elves looks like they're going to be trying to take it in through chokes. Soldiers bombing in to make a bit of space. Penguin was lurking by Valley, trying to see if he can maybe get a force off, but he's opting to try and play his life, but no, that's going to be Kott's going in deep, cleaning him up, and now they do have Uber ad and a man advantage. Hammy is up on Sniper, but he has to try and get into position to maybe try and get a snipe here, number one.
Yeah, it looks like he's looking Valley, going to predict that they're going to come that way, but here comes the bomb! Big bomb from Kotz. Now lower, going to force them all out of balcony. Going to take that second point, but Uber advantage ticking away. They've got about 15%. It looks like they're going to rush it through lower. Finally, the pop off after taking some damage. Second is capped, and Mario gets his Uber in time. Going to stop this point. Heavy jumping on the point, and Mobe going down to Michael PC1 while S trades out Alex. And looking like Ninjago. Oh my god, Bibby going big. Michael PC1 chasing Nomad out of lower, and looks like he's actually going to go for the back cap play. Will he get it? He's putting pressure on the point. But no, Michael PC1 steps in and says, not so fast.
Yes, really, really great stuff, especially from Bibby, just getting that collapse. Looks like the Pug refugees maybe wanted to try and go for a recollapse of their own after both Ubers were expended to maybe just try and stack onto Mario, but Bibby just stuffing down those doorways is able to net their team out an opportunity to get onto second, and now they are going to have a bit of ad to work with, around about 20%. It really depends how aggressive they want to try and be here. They can even things out, or they can decide to opt in and, you know, kind of go balls to the wall and just fling their demo in sky high and try and get onto Mo before they get. So gonna be interesting to see what they do. Looks like they're gonna be opting to do just exactly that as they take this in through Cafe, number one.
The simultaneous push on Alley actually gets Penguin caught out, and looks like they're just gonna cancel, go back, reconsolidate. Like a circuit trades out. S taking up Bibby as well. Poor help from the refugees, however, and they're cleaned up on the flank there. And now Mobe getting his Uber, but I mean, he's down 3 players, and they can push him with a double scout Uber in a demo. That sounds decent enough to me. Try to bully the space.
Yeah, they can. It looks like that's what they're going to try to do. They have to worry because Pug refugees still control the point, so they are going to have faster spawners. Ubers are used, traded out, looking to probably be just a little bit better for the side of Ninjago, but Pug refugees are going to have to spawners, so they're going to try and fight this regardless. Going to be soldiers bombing in. Penguin is the first one to fall. Really great damage from S onto the combo of Ninjago, forcing them to back out of choke, and that is going to net the Pug refugee squad a hold on mid, and they're going to be flying in onto second as well.
A really decent hold, and really well done with the exchange, buying them time to get their spawns up. And they were able to consolidate in the post-Uber fight, get that damage out that they needed to. And yeah, they're going to be, getting a snipe on a Kotz is what's actually going to happen. And now, Penguin on Mo caught out. Yeah, he was just caught out alone in lobby, didn't have any protection. I have no idea how that could have happened, but definitely going to be a mistake they're going to pay for. Going to have full Uber disad coming into this.
Yeah, really great stuff from Penguin there. They probably could have been able to poke regardless, but now they should have an easy opportunity on the second. Mario gonna have 100% Uber ad yet again to try and work in here with his team onto mid. Last time the Pug refugees were able to just barely hold on because they got their Uber in time, but now they're gonna be at a much severe advantage. Yeah, they are gonna be working in through Valley. Hammy leading a charge. It takes him. Looks like they want to try and milk this. They're not using instantly. Kotz in behind. He does get a trade out on the Bibby. Do they know? They're going back for him. He's spooning. Oh my god, he just gets... he had an opportunity there, number one. He had a serious opportunity.
I mean, if I were a little bit less ballsy, I might have popped because of the implications of losing the first match based on a spoon drop. You know, you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to end up in a frag movie that way.
Yeah, of course. And so that does mean that Mario didn't have to use their Uber. So it looks like they are going to try
Oh
and
no,
muscle their
S.
way here onto second. Yeah, S goes down to super weak. He's going to be trying to lead the charge, trying to hold on here. Penguin in super deep as well. He's going to be taken down, but Pug Refugees have been able to buy enough time to get their own Uber. So looks like Ninjago just happy to make that a sack, as now we are going to see if the Pug Refugees just the refugees. It's not the Pug Refugees, just the refugees
I wouldn't
decide
blame you
to
either way.
respond.
Well, yeah, I mean, Mo, to his credit, he really knows how to hold on to those Ubers really well. Both medics so far seeming like they don't want to just give him that free force. They want to really make him earn it, even if they have to drop him. I mean, not to a spoon, but
Yeah,
the world can't always be ideal.
No. Yeah, the world cannot always be ideal, but you know who's hoping it's going to be ideal? Michael PC1. He's got a gun, a sniper rifle, and a dream to hit some heads. But it's going to be his head that gets taken down as he's going to get bombed by Kotz. Kotz trades out, but at least now they don't have to worry about a cheeky shot on to Mob. So really great initiation from Kotz to just kind of nullify that potential advantage from Ninjago. They are going to be sending in a soldier, but they do lose one as well.
Could be
Kotz
losing
going to be
three.
taken down. Baby is going to go down as well. You're right, and now it's going to be 3 down for the side, actually 2 down for the side of Ninjago. They do get Michael PC1 up on the scout yet again. Refugees have an opportunity to maybe try and do something here, but considering Michael PC1 already spawned, I think they're actually no, they're going
They're
in.
going for the exchange. Yeah, they want it. They got to break it somehow. And now they're searching for Earl on the flank here. Nope, shut down by the pipes of Earl. Love to see it.
Now,
Go ahead.
No worries, no worries. Now it's just going to be chaos all around the point. Lycus are going to be trading out. Nomad falling as well. Looking a little bit better for the refugee squad. They're going to have to cap up this point to try and deny the spawners from Ninjago Rebooted, who looks like they maybe want to try and peek this in. It's going to be a soldier aggressing. Kotz gets on the Mario. Now it's disaster for the side of the Ninjago squad. They don't have the shurikens. Oh yeah, Bibby jumping in. Going to try and get onto Mob. Do everything they possibly can. All hold up and choke. That's going to be Bibby taken down. They just have to make sure Mob doesn't die here. They do have Penguin Eat in Cafe, who's going to be trying to get out, play his life. Should just be able to get out on a sliver of hit points, and now this is going to be a fairly poor scenario for Ninjago. They have Uber to sad number 1. It's going to be a great opportunity for the refugees to get a first round.
I mean, I get the thought if this were Koth, but I mean they were so far back in their own choke. It only spelled disaster if they wanted to try to go for that salvage. I mean, I just don't see how that could have worked any other way.
Yeah, but we are going to see if this Uber push works in. They do take down the gun early. Haven't really gotten on the cap just quite yet. A bit slow to do so, and now they are actually going to lose S, who bombs in. Mario going down as well. So they are going to be able to re-push as long as they keep Mob alive, which they should be able to. So not really netting anything there with that first push, but silver lining number 1, they did keep Mob alive. They got onto Mario.
And that's one of the things I was actually talking about with Mob earlier today, is that he felt that if Sage were with him more, there would have been more times where he could have lived, maybe worked the Uber advantage more, and it's good to see that they're capitalizing that already so early on in the map series.
Yeah, but now it's disaster as they tried to hang on in second, recognizing that they did have the kill advantage because Mob was still alive, but the player ad was just a bit too much for them to deal with. So now, even though they do have Uber ad, they're knocked all the way back to their second. They do have to worry about maybe some aggressive sacks as well coming out from the Ninjago squad, but it looks like they're just going to be happy to take up positioning onto mid, and now that potential Uber onto last has got to be an Uber onto mid instead, number 1.
Well, I mean, they've got 30 advantage to work with, 40 advantage actually to work with. So it looks like they're going to take it through Cafe right away, not wasting any time at all. Got to keep the aggression up, keep the momentum, try to wear down this Ninjago side. Here they come, walking it through, milking its way in. And a little bit of action with S and Bibby on the flank there, Earl finishing off the kill.
Yeah, and they are going to be able to get out. Good thing for the refugees they didn't have to use, but also good for Ninjago is that they got enough time that they were able to get their own Uber. A lot of action in Valley is going to be Penguin taking down Sage J, Hammy taking down one onto Kotz as well, so 2 down for the refugee squad. Silver lining for them, they were able to take down Alex, so no demo for Ninjago means that they might be a bit more hesitant to push, but as I say that, it's going to be Penguin making some space.
Indeed, doing Penguin does best. Mo pops off his Uber first. Slightly better Uber for Ninjago, going to bully them out of choke. Back on a second, looks like we're going to stabilize here once again.
Yeah, they are going to stabilize. And, Uber's going to be even, so both teams just going to build this up. Would like to see maybe even a dry fight attempt from the refugees.
Well, here we
they
go.
are going to be going in. Yeah, Furva's double stack. They get on the Mario.
And Penguin and Hammy. 3 picks. Kot's looking a little bit shaken up. And he does go down. But I mean, like I said, 2 Scots in the demo ain't so bad, especially when they have no heals of their own.
That is so true. Now the refugees looking like they want to try and take this space while there's not too many players there to fight them for it. They should be able to get on the second. Bibby just trying to spam a little bit, but we have the last defense coming up for Ninjago. It's going to be the engineer from Michael PC. Hammy on the pyro. Maybe a bit of an odd one. I guess he's just going to be trying to reflect here, number one.
Yeah. I mean, seems like the heavy wasn't really too vital. Actually, no, he switches back off, so it looks like they're just going to pin all their hopes on the engineer. No pressure. And here comes Refugee from the left, walking it in. Pop off Uber. Sticks going out for Merle, trying to find that gun. Takes it down. Sage trying to work the point.
Yeah, just so much they're trying to get onto the sentry gun. They haven't been able to quite do it here. And I think this is the 3rd time that we've seen so far a team beef a full Uber at last push. And that's not, just on the refugees. We saw it also from Ninjago. So both of these teams maybe having really great last defenses or just having very poor last pushes, however you want to swing it. That does mean that Ninjago are going to have Uber ad to try and work with here onto second. Just going to be doing a bit of time. Looks like it's so wanted to maybe try and go for the back. It's going to be Alex taking down with some nice stickies. Soldier bombing in. It's going to be S. He does take down the demo, but he doesn't do enough damage onto Mario to get that kill. So they're still going to have Uber to work with here. But that does mean they did buy enough time for Mobe to basically get up to 90%, almost having, and they might be able to take the Uber exchange here. Jago walks in.
And there we go. You heard Mobe calling out that Uber fake just a little bit early, trying to dissuade them from pushing in. And now a pick from Kotz on a Michael PC with a body shot. Maybe taken out by Nomad. And Kotz cleaning up Penguin with the help of Nomad and Choke. And yeah, that is looking like the opposite of a successful Uber push for Ninjagos. We're going to have to back up and cede ground to Refugee once again.
Yeah, they are. Luckily for them this time, it's not Uber disad, though. Even when it has been Uber disad, they've been able to hold Lash regardless. So at least now they'll have a little bit of something extra. They do have to worry about Kotz still up on the sniper. He was able to get a body shot that really hampered the push of Ninjago last time, and now he's going to be just peeking through all these doorways. He does get spammed down. Great stuff from Penguin, and now that's going to be Refugees back to the drawing board.
Nomad checking out that dungeon to make sure nothing else sneaks up on him in the interim, so I mean that's good heads up play by him. But yeah, these snipers, man, they just keep getting shot out no matter which side it comes on. And here comes the bomb from Penguin, getting denied in style by Earl with the pills.
Earl making that lock and load work so well.
He makes it look easy. He really does. I tried and I can't hit a dang thing with it.
Same. Actually, I just spam, mindlessly. And for some reason, my shots aren't the same as his shots. I'm not sure what's up with that. It's almost like he's really good at the game. But we're going to have to... We're going to have to see what they can try and do here as we're going to be trying to spam the sentry gun in a bit of an awkward position, so we're not really able to get it just quite yet. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and see how they can maybe sacrifice their soldiers to get onto Mario here. Oh!
Penguin almost getting caught out in dungeon, and that's a pause?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. You think Sage hit the attack pause already, try to talk it over, make sure this push goes all right?
Maybe. I don't know if the Refugees are necessarily a big tack pause heavy team. They might be. It would be interesting to know who's kind of like the person to kind of rile up the troops. I guess it would have to be Sage J in that scenario. Maybe Mobe.
Maybe
as well.
Mobe. I mean, he's a good secondary caller if anything. If his main calls and bugs or anything to go by when he plays scouts. I mean, those two pretty vocal, pretty good at getting the train on track, in my opinion.
Yeah. So yeah, it would be interesting. Of course, that is assuming that a Ninjago roll all the way
Oh,
to their last year, which is definitely possible. Of course, the STV is 90 seconds in the future. So we don't quite know what's going to happen. We can only assume, but I think the name of the game right now, number one, is
yeah.
these last pushes aren't working out for either team.
Yeah, no, it seems that they're able to get in, but the focus just isn't there. It's either they're split apart or they just can't get the damage all together. So I mean, it's really, what can you do except maybe spot it out. Maybe that's what the pause was. They're going to talk it out, try to spot things out, slow it down a bit, because it seems like they've been doing go 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 the whole time. And now with Ninjago setting up more passively with the central hold from the medic and the sentry and the dispenser, it looks like they're going to try to take their time now as Uber's popped in, going to try to take down that gun, and nothing doing. Just a dispenser pick. Oh, finally sentry going down at the end of the Uber. Pyro taking care of most of that.
Yeah. They did both use. Looks like they're now going to try to go in. They do get in onto Mario, so netting themselves uber advantage, going in with the trade and then coming back in to get the pick up onto the medic. I'm not sure if that was the plan from the start, but either way, it has netted them good uber at to work with here for the refugee squad. Now, the question is, are they going to be able to... We've seen them 2 times already with beat the last pushes, they take sentry gun, and then after that they don't get picks, and they don't play the point either. You got to do one of the two, number one. You can get all the picks and get the point, or just play the point, but we're gonna have to see. Maybe they've had some time to kind of work it out, talk things over. We do have Hammy up on the sniper, trying to see if he can get a miracle shot up.
Earl got dropped. Oh, he's back. Okay, cool.
Oh, so that's where the pause was. Now they're going to have to take this Uber in without Earl. He's going to be still. They want to take it in, and it's just going to be disaster. Alex is mulching all of them. Mobe dies as well. The only one left alive is going to be the aforementioned Earl, who wasn't in that push
What
to
happened,
begin
guys?
with.
I just came in. What happened? You guys all died? What's going on?
Oh, that is so unfortunate. I mean, that is another beefed last push for the refugees, but that one you can't necessarily blame them as heavily.
I mean, do you think we're going to go to banny time on just this one round? Because it's already 18 minutes gone about.
Yeah, it is. This has been an 18-minute round, and now it's looking like Ninjago's time to get the driver's seat. We do have Cox once again up in the forward spawn on Sniper, but I do believe he is going to back spawn and get back onto the soldier after getting spotted out. The Uber is used from Ninjago. Mario is going to be the scout. Hammy running in super deep. He's going to be sorting down Lycus, taken down in dungeon with the 3-rune blade. We are going to have S defending second, so now this does mean that Ninjago have to come back onto second, cap it up. He's going to be trying to get on the Mario as well. So much damage, not enough to clean up, but that still means refugees are going to be able to hold on to last and have an opportunity to push out number one because they got ad.
Well, thankfully the feeding didn't kill them too much, because that's another thing that Mobe mentioned, is that he felt his team tries to salvage a bit too much, maybe feeds a little bit too much, but I don't think Ninjago's going to mess around being at uber disadvantage, and it looks like they're going to work it through lobby. Try to work out with it through Shutter, it seems. Maybe try to bomb deep on them, and there they go.
Yeah, they are going to do so. They do bomb in through Shutter, but maybe unfortunately inaccurately predicting where Ninjago were. They thought they'd be all by Cafe. Instead, everyone was over by Valley, and that's where they're actually going to re-push in from with their own Uber. They might be able to catch up Mobe, and they do. S goes down as well. Penguin does get taken down. It's going to be a scrappy fight somehow, some way. It's only going to be Hammy and Mario alive. He's got to win this 2v1 to try and keep his medic up. It's going to be both scouts on the aggressive. Nomad and Lycus, they do let them get out here, maybe just respecting a little bit. They're going to be trying to play this cap, but it is going to be Ninjago with the faster spawners. Hammy now trying to block this so his spawners can get here in time, and they should be able to. Mario still on that big Uber advantage, but we might see the refugees try and drive by this.
Yeah, and the big thing that I saw wrong with that Uber from Ninjago is that Mario was kind of looking around sporadically, just looking for anybody to flash, and he just couldn't find them, and they all just died the second he dropped them, so that was kind of unfortunate on his end, and barely getting out by the skin of his teeth. And it looked like they were going to lose that fight on mid now, as they come into second. Ninjago eating up Kotz and Earl, and Refugee going to have to back out yet again. Michael PC chasing their bad, takes down Lycus with this pistol, and now they're 3 down. on last. Second going to be capped up. Blue getting Uber. Mobe is about 10% away. He needs to keep healing, keep building, and delay for his teammates. Here come the spawns now as time goes down on the point. Nomad focusing the demo behind the point as the rest of the Uber rages on, and now Earl getting locked out in the spawn by the soldiers. So try to peek out after hitting reset up. And now it's yet another scrappy fight on last. And it's looking like in the chaos, Ninjago will finally get the first round on the board 1-0, but that was not a certain thing either way. I mean, we've gone 20 minutes and just now the first point coming out.
Yeah, that was, I can't even remember what the first mid happened, what happened in the first mid.
I'm right there with you. I have no clue.
So
I am on the Alex cam, however, so we'll see how that goes.
Oh, all right. Well, Alex working his way now in through Choke B. Earl opting to go in through Valley. Just going to be trained to spam right now. Looks like the refugees are going to have to deal with the aggression coming out from Ninjago through Cafe. Going to be taking down Kots and S initially on the mid. Everyone else pretty weak on the refugee squad. They're going to have to try and find a home on second if they possibly can, because they don't have one on mid. That's going to be Ninjago stealing that away from them now. Going to be flying in, both soldiers deep, trying to get on the Mob. He has an expert surf, but unfortunately there's a soldier in his way. He gets taken down, and now that's going to be big Uber ad for Mario and his squad. They capped up mid. We're going to cap up second. The question is, are they going to be able to convert on this last push?
And it's looking like not likely. Mobe coming up in 5 seconds. Earl doing every he can with the pills on the left side. Uber finally getting popped off, and looks like they'll have free reign at this last. Amy trying to cap up the point. And now Med sitting on the point as the spawns come out, and it's just wipe city. Unfortunate. It looks like the momentum's starting to go on the way of Ninjago. And I think maybe there's a bit of fatigue setting in with all that go back and forth, and now Ninjago really coming out on top, really taking the horse by the reins.
Yeah, they are indeed. Really just, I mean, that was kind of a textbook mid to lash. They were just so aggressive on that chase, not allowing the refugees any time to recollect themselves. Now we are going to see an immediate bomb from Penguin on to Earl. Oh my goodness.
That's Penguin.
Yeah, it was kind of a late one too, but 2 soldiers do go down, so this is still fightable for the refugees. Hamby going down super weak. He is going to be able to stay alive, but even though they left their demo early, taking on both of those soldiers has netted the refugees a mid-victory. I think the first one of this game so far, so definitely a good change of pace for them as we do send in a soldier. He gets one nice rock off onto Mario, but Mario surfs back to safety. That's going to be Kots going down, so things are probably going to even out here. Mobe does have a bit of ad, but I think it is official because there's no reason they should assume that. Oh, they're just walking over Penguin.
Penguin going big, doing Penguin things. Gets Earl, gets the drop. I think this is his round so far.
It is. He's just been exploding so far, just coming into this match, doing expert stuff. Baby gonna be taken down, but not before he gets onto Earl, and now that means there's gonna be no demo that Ninjago has to worry about as they work their way in here onto mid. Refugees just have to get back onto second, try and furiously build this Uber up so they can maybe defend on their own last. Ninjago want to try and take this
Here comes Kots. Here comes Kots.
Kots?
Oh, he tried to go for the sneaky play. He just gets Alex, not the med, but he had to go for something, I guess.
Yeah, he did have to go, and that might be enough to just delay so they get their Uber for last at 50%. Ooh. Yeah, definitely taking down Mario is a great way to do an expert stuff from Earl. This trap, and now that means they're going to have their own Uber. They don't have to worry about going to last whatsoever, number one. Now they're going to be trying to take this as far as they possibly can.
Drop for drop. You hate to see it, but you love to see it at the same time. Good to know that Earl has that capability in him to really put the pressure on and catch the blue medic lack. And you got to check those traps. Got to check those traps no matter what.
The control point is being contested.
Yes, you do. You know, it's the med or the pocket scout, whoever's leading the charge. It's just gotta make sure that all those corners are clear in case if there's a hiding Kots or Earl's sticky traps awaiting. But this time it's going to be the refugees muscling their way in here. Good on them for not having to use on mid or on to second either. So now, if they're quick enough, they should be able to still take this in. It is still Uber advantage. Looks like they do know. Going to be trying to take this once again in through top right. Oh, but with Kots going down, it looks like they're not going to be able to. Mario's going to be able to get, so that is going to be a stuffed last push. Luckily, they didn't use just quite yet. Penguin in dungeon, though. He's going to get spotted out and should be able to stay alive.
Slippery.
He is super slippery, and he's been so deadly so far as well, number one.
Indeed. Like I said, if there's one person on the Ninjago team that'd be looking out for, it would definitely be Penguin, because he has his ways. He has his ways, and you can't ever count him out.
Yes. Pete is a expert soldier extraordinaire, doing a lot of work so far. But now we're gonna have to see if maybe he or the rest of his squad can pull something out defending. It might be Hammy as he's up on, but it's gonna be Earl actually bombing in. The Uber is used aggressively. We're gonna be taking down Earl. Gonna be trying to escape through dungeon. He just gets shot down by both of those soldiers. Unfortunately for him, his sticky jump out got a bit beefed, but getting the pick onto Penguin means that this might still be holdable for the refugee squad. They're gonna be able to deny Ninjago any opportunity of pushing out of their last with that. So Ubers are going to be even. Maybe they're trying to do the same thing where they expend Ubers, then come back in to get the drop onto Mario like they did a round or two ago. But with Earl dying there, looks like things are just a stalemate out. You know what I wouldn't mind to see, number one? Some banner shenanigans. If you're gonna try and go for like those, if you're gonna try and go for like those Uber exchanges, why not have like the banner so you can re-push in as a squad?
I mean, yeah, the battalion's backup. I mean, it's better than having to force early because you're taking too much spam. Negate that a bit, And to Earl's credit, he didn't beef his jump. He got messed up by the blue demo stick. He's trying to jump out while Uber. And here we go. Fight on the left. Earl taking out Bibby early on. Kotz really weak, going to try to find some health elsewhere. Same with S, and here they go. They're going to bait the point. Hubert's finally popped off for red and blue. Flashing Earl just in time, and now Sage going to try to get his med out of this unless there can be a post-Uber fight coming up. But that gun still isn't dead. Like I said, looking behind the point, trying to get something done. Can he finish it off? No, takes the pipe to the face instead. And now two more picks for red, coming out. And now the engineer's down. Can they salvage? Get this sentry down and work the point, and Mo getting the kill of his own on a Bibby. Just needs to get that scout on, and there we go. First round for Refugee, 2-1. Wow, what a scrappy fight. That just seems to be the word of the day, scrappy, for all these fights going on last.
It really does seem to be, because that wasn't even an Uber push whatsoever. They just took that in. They got the initial pick off onto Bibby, opening things up for them, and they were just able to work their way in here. Really great stuff from the refugee squad, much needed, considering they were down 2-0 on their map pick of choice. Now we are going to see if they're going to be able to take this mid yet again. Penguin going down pretty low as well, trying to rotate into Cafe. He's going to be taken down from Lycasur, cleaning up that kill. Is now Ninjago in a bit of a poor position. They're going to have to try and get out through choke. Just bombing in, doing so much damage to this Ninjago squad. I'm not quite sure, but he does.
He took damage from like scout demo from everything, and he still managed to live, dude. He's a beast. Sorry to cut you off. I was just watching that on the edge of my seat.
No, that's fair. That's completely fair. Experts staying alive, from these players right now, but one person not staying alive, unfortunately, is Kotz. So that doesn't mean things are probably going to slow down here. We're not going to see an Uber sack just quite yet. We once again have Hammy up on the Pyro. Maybe this is just so like he can deflect the rockets, so the sentry gun can get built in time. Maybe it's like a temporary strategy type of thing.
Oh, I mean, it's like any doorway, you could just get him up there, just hold mouse 2 and make Pyro look like such an easy class, It looks like exactly what he's doing right now. So, I mean, any delay is a good delay for these guys right now.
It is indeed, as we are only a minute away from continuous overtime. So unless Ninjago are able to do this coast to coast in only a few seconds, it is going to be first to 3 as when we go into continuous overtime. So that means it's going to be Ninjago only needing to up 1 round. Pug refugee squad having to cap up 2. This is an opportunity for them to even things out here, and with takedown Penguin Neat with some nice pipes from Earl, that's definitely a good opening for them to do so.
Indeed, and I think the other bit of contention here is just going to be that engineer. It's just been a bane of their existence, trying to find the gun, spamming out left, but they're getting counter spammed as well. And if they're not careful, they could lose a great many players. I know I certainly don't like peeking that left door for too long.
Yeah, you can just get spammed out so heavily just so from easily. Everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like you just take so much, you lose someone, and then if you're not right or dungeon, someone comes up and flanks you, and then you
or somebody's waiting on the toxic barrels. There's just so much danger on that left door. It's almost not even worth it, honestly.
Sometimes if you don't have an easy opportunity out, as we see S dying in that left side area, trying to spam down the aforementioned sentry gun. So we're going to have to see if Ninjago do anything of their own. I don't think they're going to. Looks like it was opting to see if he could get his way in there, but he's going to be spammed out hard enough that he thinks better of it, plays his own life. But we do have Hammy up on Spy. No, he was just checking. He was just checking. He kind of baited me. I would have been so excited to see some Spy gameplay.
I mean, yeah, I think, honestly, though, I think the map that we might have to watch out for with the Spy plays is probably Metalworks, but I mean, I won't say no to Spy either way.
Of course, as the Uber is going to be used out, but Hammy just deflecting it so well. It's going to be Alex picking out Earl, and that Uber got absolutely nothing. They got no space, no ground, no picks. Kotz is now going to be coming, and he does take down Penguiny, as actually doing really great damage off onto Hammy, just slowing down this Ninjago's. Regardless, they're still full Uber at to work with. We're going to be trying to stack in, trying to get onto Mario, but he holds strong there. Kotz being taken down to some nice pipes from Alex, as now they're going to be making their way through Shutter out onto second. Refugees wanted to delay as long as possible so they get their own Uber up, but at the end of the day, they got to watch out because they don't want to get caught by this incoming Uber either. Actually, no, looks like they're just going to play the round reset.
Yeah, that's probably the safe bet to do. Just work with it. They've had decent mids the last two, so I mean, I think if they can work with that and roll them, I mean, at this point, you can't really do much except just go for what'll secure you the win, especially in this overtime, and Blue being one win away from taking it all this first map.
Oh, we do have a sniper.
He's trying it again. He's going to keep forcing until he gets something, man. He's got to do something with it, because it seems to be the only thing that actually works.
Does indeed.
Oh no. Uber.
Yeah, Ubers have been used on the right side of things. It's going to be only the sentry gun falling just quite. Yeah, looks like they're going to be trying to repush in here from the left now. Once the Ubers have been used, Lycaser does die top right. Seijay is super far in, but he gets gunned down. This is do or die for the refugee players. There's only 5 seconds left on the clock, so they had to try and get in. But they might, they didn't time it just well enough, because now Mo might die, and they are going to lose second as well. What would have been maybe a round reset, they just go back to mid, has now met there at full Uber disad. Mario up with the Uber charge, and this is looking like it could be a map loss if the Ninjago squad take this coast to coast.
And yeah, that's really unfortunate, because on their last match on Metalworks, they timed that final push so well down to the second, and they were able to make it work, but it doesn't seem that the synchronization was quite there for them that time. And just as well, making it even more difficult, Pyro's a class. I mean, they stuffed the Uber push before that, so I mean, not that much Refugee could do except try to consolidate, maybe get the round restart, and now it's led to them defending on their second at massive Uber disadvantage.
Oh, poor S. He was hiding by Cafe. He gets gunned down. We're going to see another soldier fall as well. Kotz is well dying. This is such a dire situation for the refugee squad, down both projectiles. Kotz, I mean, S is just going to be able to get up, but they are at Uber disad. Now Ninjago going to be working their way in. Yeah, doing a lot of damage, getting some early cap time as well, getting a lot of cap time on the point. Just so much pressure, but luckily they are going to be able to get Uber in time. This refugee squad going to be cleaning up all these Ninjago players. Mario takes so much damage. Leaving through lower is going to have to be escorted out with Michael PC1. We do have a soldier on the chase, trying to get on the Mario, and he does. That's going to be a full wipe for the Ninjago squad, and much needed. Much needed.
I mean, from the way I was looking at it, Alex had him dead to rights coming in on that right side. They were just in a perfect bundle outside of that spawn. They got back into that spawn quick as can be and hit that reset button, man. They pulled it out, came out right, rotated, and cleaned up well, and just kept the hopes alive. Absolutely stellar play.
That was so like you said, yeah, they were all bunched up there. It just, if things went just a little bit differently, that could have been the end. That could have been the end for them, number one. They would have all their dreams crushed.
I was almost standing up, dude. I saw Alex coming in with that sticky launcher. I thought it was all over from there, man. But Refugee refusing to lay down and die.
No, and now they are going to be trying to still even things up here as they make their way in. Luckily, clearing the trap, some it doesn't get exploded too early here. They do have Uber ad this time, going to be trying to take it in through left. Their right pushes have not been working, so now going to be trying to take as much space as they possibly can. Pimini is going to die. Sage just trying to play the cap time early as much as possibly can. Ubers have been used from both teams. Maybe a little bit better for the refugee squad if they're going to be able to keep everyone up, which they should be able to. Alex being taken down as well. Now they're going to be trying to come in here, try and recollapse. Hammy should be falling. It's just going to be an even to game number one.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. It took them a long while. It's going to be 2-2.
Nail biter indeed. If I didn't already bite my nails, I'd keep biting them. But yeah, no, that Uber was actually spectacular. Mo came out, flashed the right people he needed to, got back in lobby, shot an arrow to S as he was going up to recommit from the top right. You know, they got the picks early on. The Uber, they got it just in time, Blue did. And I think they might have been panicking a little bit, trying to make sure that they didn't give up that round. But I mean, Refugee coming out on top, making it look easy.
Yeah, and now this could be the final mid unless we go to a round reset. It looks like Ninjago Hammy is going to be in super deep. Great pick onto Kotz as now they're going to be trying to pressure them out, all coming in through Cap A. The Pug Refugee squad kind of bundled up. It's going to be Bibi getting off the Mo. Nice stuff there. Alex does fall. So now is Mark going to be able to stay alive? S goes in soup deep trying to clean him up, but he's not going to be able to. Now it's just going to be Michael PC1 having to protect his medic. There is Bibi still up and alive. He does get, nice shot onto Earl. He's going to be able to get onto Nomad. No, Nomad does clean him, but he is going to have to back up Sage. Now trying to maybe try and go for a rat play onto Mario if he possibly can. He's going to be working his way in behind. Going to be hiding in Cafe, actually. I don't think they know, but for them... he's coming in.
On the demo. Gets a pipe in the face, gets dropped before the Uber.
Oh, that's really great, actually. Well, it
actually,
depends
I don't
on
even know
who
what
you
happened. I don't know what happened. There was an Uber, and then everybody just disappeared. That was too much kiting. I didn't even see what happened.
Of course, yeah, it was a lot of kiting, but I think as long as they can keep enough players up and alive, it should be better for refugees, as they are just gonna have to try and make sure Mobe doesn't die here. He does surf out, but the soldiers are in. He's in a corner. Oh, like a sir, he gets the twos.
Oh my God,
is so necessary. Just a sec longer. One of his soldiers shoots the shot. Mobe was so weak there.
He looked like a little defenseless bunny. I mean, yeah, Lycaser came to his rescue, dude. Just absolutely chatting up for his medic, dude. That's what I love in a scout, man. The one that can just, I don't care how low I get. If you can make sure I don't die with 6 HP, I love you. I love you. That's fantastic.
Oh, that was so needed for the refugee squad as they're trying to work their way here through Cafe. But Mario close to Uber as well. Looks like they're just gonna opt to play it safe, not trying to contest on second. Just gonna hold up on to last with their own Uber. So stalemating things out. Looks like refugees want to try and take this aggressively. However,
they sugar do.
Going in. The counter Uber is used out as well. I'm not sure if refugees knew that they had Uber. Maybe they thought that it was bigger Uber ad, or it was Uber ad at all. But now, yeah.
after that, I don't blame Mo for maybe losing track of the Ubers. I would have been focusing on other things, like maybe getting a new set of pants. And here comes the salvage fight on last. Red getting big frags, and they're going to take the first map, maybe, unless Attack can pull something out of his hat. And no, there it goes, 3-2 in favor of refugees. Let's go.
Wow. Okay, that's insane. That is a comeback for the refugees, because for the first half there, it was just 2-0 in favor of Ninjago. Refugees got 3 rounds in a row. They were able, and those were slow rounds. Those were close rounds. So really great stuff from the refugee squad, figuring out what was going wrong. A lot of it were those last pushes, but still, and everything all throughout the map, they were able to just eke it out super close, 3-2, which kind of amps the stakes up for Metalworks number one.
Well, I mean, really, the one thing that I noticed is that there was such a rapid pace on that Sunshine game. I was wondering maybe if maybe Refugee was going a little bit too fast than what they were used to. Maybe just trying to really run through it with the confidence that it was their map pick, Uber fights, they seem pretty bog standard. I mean, pretty evenly matched, locking heads every time. No big advantage one way or the other. A few big plays onto the medics, but I mean, they were able to hold on. I'm just amazed at the endurance of both teams to just hold on despite all odds. I mean, especially that second to last push on the refugees last, where they just pulled it out. I mean, there's no simpler way to put it other than they just pulled it out.
Yeah, it looks like refugees were just a lot more comfortable taking dry fights
Oh
than they
my
were
god.
taking Uber ad pushes.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, speaking of advantages, I mean, look at these major advantages lost in the logs. I mean, Mario lost 4, a full Uber is the longest, and Mob lost 6. So, I mean, I think both teams, I mean, as much as they were ready to go with the dry fights, they were also willing to play it safe and just let the Ubers even out. If we ain't got the players, we're not going to force it.
Yeah, it was a lot of kind of like going in, use both Ubers, come back in, we take the drive fight. At least it was, especially on the last pushes from the Pug Refugee Squad. I think 2 of the rounds they won was because of, those type of plays. And even then, a lot, some of their other plays was get Ubers out of the way, go sack onto Mario, and then come back in with our own Uber ad. So definitely, not afraid to not just use Uber as a pushing device, as a device to get even more Uber ad, but
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
otherwise,
there
yeah.
are teams that can do that really well. They get the Uber out of the way, but they know that their DM is stronger, and they don't have to rely on that, or the other team can't rely on that crutch. Maybe in some cases, where they could just bail out their plays with the Uber, and they really punish them for that lack of ability to just be able to just fight without Uber. It's an underrated skill, in my opinion.
Yeah, one thing I do want to note, before we get to before we get all the way to Metalworks, is that Michael PC1 27-9, insane stat line.
Mm,
Man
mm.
was going ham, but not ham because that's hammy. Who was also doing well as well, 28-12. Both of the scouts for Ninjago just tearing the place up. Interesting to note that Ninjago, they actually had more kills and they had more damage
Mm-hmm,
as
mm-hmm.
well over Pug Refugees. So it just seemed like it was maybe just a few kind of tactical calls, not working their way, that ended up netting them the loss and Pug Refugees the win.
Mm-hmm. Indeed, yeah. I mean, looking at these stats, I mean, the meds matched up evenly, the demos matched up almost evenly. Like it was a battle of the whole team. I mean, the whole team effort, and I mean, Refugee came out on top. So I mean, I guess they earned it.
Yeah, they did earn it. All right. I did say that was the last thing. Real last thing. It is a okay. Because in the logs, it's either the hook slammer or I have to check which soldier it is. But one of the soldiers on it was Kotz. Kotz
Mm.
getting 5 med kills, just really great stuff.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You love to see it. 5 med kills. He's got his man, making sure he gets on to Mario every single
Got
time,
the
acting like Bowser out
meadow.
there.
Got the meadow.
Exactly, exactly.
But yeah, that's
Yeah, so some really great stuff there. But we are gonna move on to Metalworks. But before we do that,
oh
number one,
yeah.
you know what we got?
What we got? What we got?
We got some merch. That's
What?
right. We got some hoodies. We got some sweatpants. We got some hats. We got some other stuff as well, probably. I was about to say stickers. I don't know if we have stickers.
Fanny packs, maybe.
Not yet. Not yet. In the works. In the works. But yeah, we got some really good stuff that you guys can check out. Come support the Fireside Squad. Grab a seat by the campfire, by the fireside. Name. Gotta drop the name of the org.
I mean, I'm
In the
considering buying
cast.
one, man, because I need a new hoodie. None of mine really seem to fit me anymore, and I don't know why. Don't know why. I'm hoping they shrunk in the wash.
Yes, yes. That is 100% the reason. No
Okay.
need to look elsewhere.
Oh yeah. Okay. Thank God.
But yeah, these hoodies are actually super nice,
Mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm.
they same thing with everything else. We got them in so many different colors. We got kind of central. We got one like on the heart area. We do have like a nice, neat little purple one as well.
The
So
purple.
yeah, the purple one's nice. Purple one's fancy. But if you see one that you like, of course, go out, buy it, rep it around. We'd always like to see it. And if you do, send a pic in the Fireside Discord.
Mm.
We always like to see, people wearing the merch. Lovely to see. But someone who's got to get the drip right now is gonna have to be Ninjago because they lost that first match,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be hoping that they turn things around on their map pick here, number one.
And indeed, it was one of the things that struck me as curious because Refugee won their last matchup on Metalworks, and both teams actually won their Metalworks matches in the regular season. I just found it curious because Refugee does well on this map, so maybe Ninjago thinks they do better. I don't know.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting that you say that because when you look back towards the what is it, the refugee squad,
Mhm.
and like you said, they had really great stuff on Metalworks during the general map, and it was the only map that they beat GG Go Next on in their
Mm.
previous best of three, which was the thing that sent them over, into Bagel. So, definitely at least out of those maps, you'd kind of look at that and say, oh, that's a pretty dominant map for
Mhm.
Pug refugees. Maybe that's not what we picked. So either there's two options,
Mm.
or two explanations here. Number one,
Go for
Ninjago did not do their research,
it.
or
Okay.
two, Ninjago is just that confident in their own Metalworks, or they think that they have some type of answer to what Pug refugees were doing. So maybe
I
they
see.
thought. We know how they play. We've got the demos to watch. We can
Yeah.
analyze exactly what they do and build a counter response to it. So maybe that's what they thought. They got more information to go off of. But I guess we're just gonna have to see because otherwise, like you said, a pretty strong map for Refugee Squad.
And I was actually talking to Mob earlier, and he said that they're kind of glad that they picked Metalworks because it's stalematy, but it's not as bad as their Gully Wash. And that was actually a map that Ninjago lost in their first series. So either way, they don't have to play Gully Wash. Ninjago doesn't get the opportunity to maybe work on some things that they could have corrected from their last matchup. So I mean, it seems like it was just pure serendipity for Refugee that they chose this map, and yeah, I mean, I'm interested in seeing how this goes now. I maybe a little bit too hopeful that Ninjago shows that they picked this map for a reason and they did watch the film, which I mean, I'm always a fan of. When you get to playoffs, there's no reason to not watch the film because
Yeah.
it's sometimes it's the difference between making a map and getting knocked out of the series as it is right here.
Yeah, it is. Always gotta watch it. Ninjago Rebooted. These guys, these players probably have it on repeat. They probably know every single line by from memory. Because that's the film you were talking about. For these guys, not demos or anything like that.
Mm.
But we are gonna have to see if maybe they can figure out some way to take it to this refugee squad because their backs are up against the wall. If they lose this map, they're gonna be out of playoffs. Their season is gonna be over. They're gonna be walking away in fourth place. Refugees would be going on to face the loser of
Mm.
Tara Resume versus GG Go Next, and then they're going to be fighting for a spot into grand finals. So that's kind of like the outlook for both of these teams here. They do have a few more matches ahead of them if they want to walk away with that first place, but it all begins or ends potentially on Metalworks right here, depending on who wins and loses it. But as we were saying, I guess we can also speak, these teams a little bit more. Some interesting things is that Sunshine. It's kind of like kind of like the everything map.
Mhm.
Everyone can have there's opportunities for everyone on
Right.
Sunshine. But Metalworks, it's a lot more soldier friendly. I think
Mhm.
even though I don't like it, it's a very boring map in my opinion. But it is a very soldier friendly map, especially for Pocket. It can do a lot of impact, just kind of locking down these chokes sometimes, and especially with those high bombs
Mhm.
mid, kind of like a snake water in that aspect. You can just go in super deep, super sky high, and just kind of land on people. Gonna be interesting to see if we see that from any of the soldier duos here, whether from S or Kots, or maybe from Penguinate and Bibby. One thing that I think I've seen so far is that maybe Penguinate and Bibby have a bit more kind of soldier coordination within themselves, whereas
Synergy.
S and Cots kind of seem like the players to just kind of wander around and cause their own individual chaos.
I mean, if you can work to your advantage, you don't have to rely on that synchronicity. I mean, that's perfectly fine. Like I said, S is a beast. He goes big no matter what. Penguin is going to be the one I'm going to be looking out for because he can really hit those double bombs. I know I've been dropped, had him dropped on my head multiple times playing pugs against him on Metalworks, so we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it goes well.
Yeah, it is. We're gonna have to wait and see. Yeah, interesting I'm gonna wonder if maybe any of the soldiers do the fast rollout. We did see it a couple of times from Penguin Eat on to Earl, who was taking him down early, getting him out of the game. But regardless, there's some sneaky things you can do on Soldier here, but we're just gonna have to find out and watch as we go live on map 2 of Pub Refugees, or just Refugees actually, versus Ninjago Rebooted. It was the Refugees walking away with it on Sunshine 3-2. We're gonna have to see if Ninjago can respond on Metalworks as we go on to our first map. Take it away, Mr. Number 1.
All right, I'm sitting on the Penguin cam. I'm hoping to see big things. Gets a slight buff, gets some sticky damage, and a rocket in his face. Can't quite go out, so he's just gonna wait in the house, wait for his opportunity to show up. Red taking early positional advantage. Bibby spamming from the red crates. No big action thus far, and now gearing up for the big bombs. No, actually just seems to be a lot of a ground fight mostly now. Soldier bombing in big, Lycosaur getting tossed around the point like a ragdoll penguin. He finally getting the first kill on the Kots. That's going to answer on a Michael PC1. And now Blue getting backed out of their alley. S on top of the cave, so could get caught up by him if he's not careful. And does indeed. But Refugee winning this mid-fight ostensibly. Looks like Blue's getting ready for the refight, however. Down both soldiers is Refugee coming back in from alley. And here they come. Penguin across the point on a Mobe. No scouts to help him. Oh, he has to pop off Uber early. Yeah, now Mario just getting his. Uber advantage for Blue, and now getting bombed in. Oh! Kots gets the market garden on an exposed Mario. No scouts to shoot him out of the sky, and oh no, Kots causing his havoc early on.
That is so unfortunate because with that Uber, they would have been able to save all those players. Oh, but Bibby onto Mobe. Oh my god, that should not have happened. That really should not have happened. I mean, the Kots thing shouldn't have happened, but Bibby just getting onto Mobe like that when there was no one else that they had to worry about. It was only so equalizing things, really great stuff there. And now looks like they're going to be trying to re-push out here. It's going to be Hammy going down. A lot of damage being traded out here, but it is going to be Nomad in behind. He does take down Alex, so no demo. Now it's just going to be Michael PC1 escorting his medic out of here. Mario staying alive here, just trying to make sure that they have their own Uber to work with here as they're backed up onto last. And good stuff from the Refugees getting onto second there, but they are going to have to worry about this Uber. Maybe they're going to be able to deny enough to get their own, but it's going to be a question as with Hammy going up onto the engineer. I don't think they're going to be pushing out number 1. I think they're just going to be happy to hold here.
Yeah, it seems to be that way, but I mean, that Sentry is a 7th player, so I mean, they could probably afford to eke out a little bit, but now as Uber advantage counts down, it doesn't seem to be likely. Here comes the sack in from Kots, going to get taken down by the Michael PC1 sniper. And that's the one thing I wanted to touch on. I think compared to Sunshine, this map's going to be a lot more off-class friendly, especially in the way of sniper. Not a lot getting done on that first map, but with these long sight lines, might be a bit more of a boon to run sniper on this map. Now it's Lycosaur trades out Bibby on the flank. That's going to be Refugees' cue to head in the lobby, try to maybe peek in.
It is, as we do have S trying to go, not making much of anything. We do, however, have a Frenchman up on the field. It is going to be, it is going to be Kots, rocking the knife, trying to break, a few spines at the moment. We're going to be able to get in through.
Trick stab, let's go! He's just gonna take his stop and get cleaned up by the pan of Alex, dude. He did his job. He has the fragment moment. Nothing more needs to be done, baby.
That, I mean, no, at the end of the day, match wins are temporary, frag vid moments are forever.
Indeed,
You don't even need context for a frag vid. You can just put it in, as we are going to see Ez kind of waddling in. 2008 Uber just taking it solo, but he gets shot down, headshot down, as soon as it's flashed off of him. So does get the sentry gun taken down, but with Bibby taking a nice air shot, taking down Kods, there's going to be no force from Mario. I mean, they're going to be able to work their way here on the second. Looks like Lancaster was maybe in a hiding position, but he's going to think better of it. Actually, no, he's going to be trying to go in behind. He's going to have to deal with Penguin in the right side of the Penguin. Going to get rushed down by both scouts. Yeah, he's going back up. He's going to be able to get on it. He gets the 1v1.
He finally gets one. He had the heartbreak in the match on Monday. He got denied his back up, but he makes up for it here and gets the first round for his team on the board. Let's go.
I mean, that was not a 1v1 he should have won, because he was already weak from fighting Penguin 8 in right lobby. He was already like maybe 60 hit points or something like that.
I saw 42, man. He was ripped.
Oh,
ripped.
Yeah, that is an amazing win for Lancaster there, netting his team the first round. On Metalworks, gonna have to see if maybe the Ninjago squad can respond, as we are gonna see this time Penguin going in for a bomb, trying to land onto the medic, but Mobe doing really great stuff to bait him out and stay alive here. But they are gonna be down few more players. S being taken down a bit late there, so now Sage just is so weak here. The team is going to have to back out. Refugees on the retreat. They're just going to be trying to keep Earl up and alive, which they should be able to, but Ninjago want to try and press the advantage for as long as they possibly can here.
Yeah, and that almost looked like an exact carbon copy of the first mid, except Ninjago adapted way easier and came back in with the repush. Now as both Ubers being exchanged on second. Earl gets out of the shutter, doesn't have to get flashed, but now Mobe and Sage just kind of left isolated down the point. Now his refugee push is back into the point, and now Bibby taking the fight by himself, gets cleaned up by S. And that'll be one down, and now as Lancaster messes up his mechis, gets a little bit caught up on the walls and taken down in underpass alley, as it were. And now blue team taking the time to heal up, consolidate their position, and reset, ostensibly.
Yeah, it is going to be a reset, a little bit of...
Oh no, did we lose Mango? Oh, it seems that we lost Mango. Looks like it's going to be a fight for Refugee in the alley, taking down Blue in style. Last live's going to be Penguin, just getting absolutely gobbled up by that Refugee team. Penguin going to have to lick his wounds and retreat back to his second. 44 HP on the pack now as Cap goes down on the midpoint. Not going to really be denying much in the way of spawns, but S is checking the house all the same, clearing, drop down, doing his duties. Coming in through, bombing in, cleaning up. And looks like it's going to be a refugee push. Relatively easy onto the second. Massive Uber advantage. Michael PC1 on the sniper. And Sage J clearing the sticks and busting through Shutter with the Uber. Going to get onto the point. But oh wait, second's not even capped yet. They don't have second. Looks like this could be a huge misstep for Refugee. That was Bibby and Penguin doing massive damage, cleaning up that Refugee side. S goes down. The last alive is Kots out on second, and I don't know if that was a miscommunication or what, but that second did not get capped in time. Looks like Sage thought he would have it, surely. Now as Kots takes the fight in ramp room, taking down Penguin. Michael PC comes through with 31 HP and cleans him up, which means Ninjago will take back their second point and will sit pretty with about a 50 Uber advantage. Now as Refugee consolidates and starts building on mid, waiting for the push. Looks like Beam's coming through alley, as it were. And Mango, are you back with us, my friend?
I am. I completely, totally, 100% saw everything that happened here. As we are going to see Lancaster and crew trying to push in through house. They do get one onto Bibby, but they're going to be traded out with a pick out onto S. So a bit of a flank play. Lancaster does go in all the way behind, but he's going to be taken down by Penguin. Pod's going down as well. And this attempt, I liked it initially from the refugee squad, but they just kind of lost a bit too many players for it. As now, well, I mean, on the flip side, they did buy enough time for Mobe to get full Uber charge in, because they're not super quick on Ninjago. They should be able to mount a solid defense onto second, but it's just going to be how Ninjago wants to try and take this. Going to be trying to peek in through Valley, maybe trying to see if they can take any space. It is going to be a soldier sacking in. Super Deep's going to be, he gets a nice bucket on the Mobe, but Mobe surfs it expertly. Really great stuff from Mobe.
And really heads up play for Mobe. He was tracking him the whole way, had him in his sight the whole time, knew exactly how he wanted to take that. And a nice little surf back to the pipe instead of going towards the shutter, as probably was his first instinct. So, I mean, does really well to avoid the damage. And I thought the Scott would have cleaned him up, but he holds on wonderfully well.
Yes, and that was going to be Kotz going in for the counter side, not finding much at all. So now it's going to be on Ninjago to try and see if they can work some magic here onto second. Going to be pressuring in through Valley yet again. Ooh. We do have Kets. S trying to go for aggressive bomb, but it's going to be Bibby still going in. He gets a nice rocket on the Mo, but it's not going to be enough. Now it's going to be 2 down. Michael PC and Bibby, due to some great plays from S, is now for Refugees looking like they want to try and sack or maybe even turn this into an Uber exchange if they get enough ground.
Yeah, looking like they're trying to... Ooh, but he gets the arrow. He gets an arrow from across the map. Ooh, Kotz cleans him up though. However, in the end, gave him just that little bit of health to win the fight. But
yeah.
Down a soldier each. Even Ubers. Red's content to hold second, peeking into house. Here comes Michael PC, clearing off the sticks, and he's going to waste all of his ammo. And in the meantime, Kot's going to try to drop down on him to make him pay for that action, but Hammy instead says, you're the one down here, buddy.
Oh, poor Bibby. He tried to a speed shot in, but his speed shot got borked a little bit, so not able to find much there. S is in behind, though, does a lot of damage. He's going to be able to take down Hammy. Now can Mario... Oh, Mario just barely uses in the nick of time. Now going to have to see if they're going to be able to back out of here. They don't have any scout speed to help them out here, as now these players are on the aggressive, just taking so much damage. He's so weak. He's just going to be able to barely stay alive here on so low hit points.
How did S live, dude? He had he got levitated. I thought for sure he would have died, and then I see he gets a kill on Hammy. Oh my god, dude, absolute beast.
Yeah, as doing a lot of work for his team there, getting onto Hammy, and Mario doing expert work, just being able to barely stay alive here now. The Refugees, they want to try and take this dry fight in through second, I mean through Valley. They are going to be able to get onto Michael PC. They get onto Hammy, no scouts at all for the side of Ninjago. Now they're going to have to back up onto last. Luckily for them, they didn't lose Mario just quite yet, so things are still going to be even, but with Bibby going down as well, the Refugees might just go full steam ahead.
Yeah, they're coming into their own right now, really showing who owns this Metalworks map. Probably going to try to make them regret even picking it. Here they come, peeking out from center main, or left main rather, and Kotz on sniper. So it looks like they're like, all right, we got the Kotz sniper. We can relax, let them set up, think that they're good, and then we'll, bam, get that Kotz sniper right in their face.
Of course. And we're going to have to see if he is going to be able to find anything, as he's now going to be trying to peek through shutter. There are a few people there. He does do the shot, doesn't find much of anything just quite yet, so now they should know. Now setting up to go to right, but there is going to be a soldier right there to spam him out. A good awareness from Bibby to just, have all those doors on lockdown.
And nice little start from Costas 5, and actually looking like a bit of sniper on sniper action between him and Michael PC1. Let's see who comes out on top.
We are going to have to see, as now it's just going to be a little bit of an SVS duel. Michael PC behind the Great, just kind of watching to see where Kotz peaks from. Just not trying to give up his life too easily, making it, too easy for Kotz to just kind of get the better of that one. As for the moment, this does technically favor the Refugee squad, because they do have a round already up on the board. But with continuous overtime, not too much of a rush either for Ninjago. They've just got to recollect, play their game. They picked this map for a reason. Whatever that reason is, they got to try and find it and convert, as Kotz goes down super weak there, down to 4 hit points. But he's going to get arrowed up and now have another. Yeah, has he got another shot? There's no one peeking him.
Nope. I was too close for comfort. Thought that one whizzed right by my head. Not going for it.
Of course. So now for the moment, just going to be up onto Kotz, going to be going through left, maybe trying to go for a hero peek. Doesn't find much of anything and is taken down. And, I wouldn't mind, once again, maybe seeing some better shenanigans from one of these teams, number one.
I mean, it's the one thing they haven't tried yet, and I for sure would love to see some Shadowburn tech, believe you me.
Of course, get that battalions up as Penguin Eat does go down, trying to sack on through lobby. We are going to see a soldier go sky high. It is going to be S who gets
Hello.
sent up to the stratosphere. The Ubers are used, however. It is going to be another Uber exchange coming out from Pug refugees. They just used a little bit earlier. And now the drive fight can be coming in. They do trade both soldiers, 2 soldiers dying, as now looks like the refugees want to just try and take this space, but they're not really finding much of any picks. But damage is not going their way either. It's going to be a late sack at them from Lycaser as well, and now they do lose 3. Bibby now respawning, and looks like they're going to be trying to repush out onto second.
Yeah, and it looks like the Uber just got away from him. Some miscommunication between where the players were at. Dropped them all, and Ninjago came out on top. Hemi cleaning up the bomb in from Kotz, and here comes S with a nice direct to the face. Down a player, gets a nice arrow, his medic does, and now S taking out Michael PC. You just can't kill the guy before he gets in and just completely ruins your day. It's like I said, that intimidation factor, dude. If I had somebody doing that to me consistently, I would constantly keep my eyes up in the air, just wary of anything resembling an S-bomb. Like, it's you can't ignore it. You just simply can't.
Yeah, S doing a lot of work for his team so far, as the refugees gonna try and pressure through Valley. The soldiers doing some nice work. Gonna be Alex finding the kill onto Nomad, so that's gonna send the refugees packing back to mid to just try and hold and lock things down while they wait for their pocket scout to get back up here. Looks like, you know, Ninjago wanted to try and see if they can do something. It's gonna be Penguin Eden super deep. Does send Mob up sky high, but you know, he's going to be able to surf that, dodge any air shots headed his way. As now we are going to see another sack attempt from Kotz going in. Both of these, every soldier just giving up their life, flying in to just try and get onto the med.
And yeah, sticky trap from Alex taking down S. And I mean, that was a bit of a brown pants moment for Moat, because Penguin had actually hit the slide on the ramp up to his face and got the rocket off and everything too. So I mean, that wasn't a sure thing, I'll put it that way.
Now looks like Alex going down super weak. The Uber is used, but it's going to be Hammy who gets dropped in the Uber exchange. Penguin trying to bomb in here, maybe make a bit of space, but his team think better of it. He should just barely be able to make it back. He lives on so low HP. It's actually so crucial that he lives there, because if he doesn't, refugees might have been more emboldened to get in a bit quicker, but they're still going to do so regardless. Kotz bomb again does take down Alex. No demo that the refugees have to work with as they're going in here, taking a lot of ground and a lot of space. Penguin is gonna die. Hammy dying as well. It's only gonna be Mario and Bibby left alive as they wait for the respawner and Michael PC to get back up with them. As now we are gonna be in another pause. Is this a pause?
Oh, it looks as though.
Okay, I was so worried, because last time I thought it was a pause, but no, I just got disconnected from the server.
No, I mean, that's a hell of a way to kill a team's momentum, man. Look at that. You know, Alex was on a 5-second respawn, so he'll be coming up first, and the other two are going to be coming up in about 7-8 seconds. So, I mean, either way, this cap's going to happen as soon as this unpauses. It's going to be instant pressure. I mean, it's...
Yeah.
But I mean, either way, you know, it's gonna be pressure on the last 3 respawns still waiting to come up. Nomad just looking at him, just giving him the stare down of all time coming through. No Ubers, but I think the player advantage will be enough to help turn this fight in their favor, unless something goes drastically wrong, as we've seen can very well happen between these two teams.
Yes, it can. Yeah, like you said, you do have a Nomad in position to try and get in, and I think, you know, maybe best opportunity for for the refugee squad right now is just to try and get onto Mario, make this like a sack attempt. You've got massive player ad, just keep Mob alive, make it a sack attempt. Yeah, even just get onto Mario, and you can come back in with a big Uber ad of your own, bigger Uber ad, so you don't have to worry as much, because right now I do kind of worry if they try and make this into a full-on push, they might just get swamped by the respawners, who are some sects away. We don't quite know what. But they, you know, they are going to come out, and if they delay just enough, they might be able to hold this and turn the tides in their favor. So definitely a great opportunity for the refugee squad. But you know, if they play this poorly, it could turn out terrible for them. As a like our producer was saying, this is 90 seconds into the future. So, you know, this might be a tack pause from one of the teams. Maybe it's the same thing we saw last time with one of the players unfortunately dropping at an unopportune moment. we're just gonna have to wait and see until we get word either from one of the players or we unpause and we find out 90 seconds forward. But until then, I mean, if you are Ninjago,
Yeah.
you're down a map,
hmm
you're down a round. What do you do to get back in here?
I mean, because the momentum just seems to come sporadically from refugees. So I mean, I think the way to is just control those bombers, make sure they don't get in, because there's something's not happening along the line of communication to make sure that they're spotted out. Now S coming in from the right side, unseen. All the blue combo was looking over at Nomad, and the fight on the last point getting scrappy as always. Bibby down to low HP on the left, demo cleared up, and quick succession just like that. Right after the pause, refugees come through with their second round win. I noticed that on the right there. S was coming in from the unseen flank, and just like I said, blue combo just
Right.
yeah, came in and just came in completely uncontested, got the damage and the distraction that he needed to.
Yeah, really, really great stuff there. Going to be able to net the win as we go in on to another wood. We're going to have to see if a Ninjago are going to be able to try and get something working here, but Alex going down immediately is not how you want to try and start things, as now they're just going to have to back out all the way from mid. They're opting to try and keep as many players up and alive as they possibly can. They don't want to let refugees have any more player add than necessary here. It looks like S is going to be bombing in through, does a lot of damage, but it's going to be the other bomb from Kots and the collapse from Earl. They're just cleaning up on all of these Ninjago players. It's now just going to be Alex and Michael, but only ones left up. Unfortunately, Mario going down as well. Sage J just in already with the help of Earl. Earl just spamming down Alex. They use the Uber and they don't really even need to.
Oh my
and that's going to
gosh.
be such a quick round from refugees. Definitely attack pause from the side of Ninjago, because at the moment, number one, it's not looking too hot for them.
No, like I said, just with that last fight before the last one, like I said, they need to spot these players coming in from the top. I mean, they just seem to be caught out by it every single time and just collapsed on. So I mean, they need to get something working here. They've got 2 more rounds to work with, or 11 minutes and a whole bunch of overtime to try to claw it back.
Oh, and that's a really great way to start it. Alex focusing, firing down Earl, meaning no demo for the refugee squad. Now we are going to see Penguin doing a big bomb here, and they are going to be able to take down Kods, not before Penguin falls as well. Now going to be trying to chase on to Nomad, so no scout up, no pocket scout up. It's going to have to be Lycaser taking a charge of that role. We should see Ninjago try and work their way here on to second. S getting pretty aggressive by the doorway, but now with everyone from Ninjago in, he might get caught out, but no, he's just going to be able to barely stay alive.
Slippery.
Yeah, they actually do find Bibby for their trouble, so it looks like the refugees actually kind of want to try and drive fight this, as S gets in through Shutter, spams down Alex, and now that has got to be a retreat from Ninjago, number one.
Indeed. Now Refugee pushing the advantage out through Valley. Mario sitting with Uber, taken down to 48 HP, finally pops off that Uber. And will we see the exchange? No, Blue's not, or Red's not there at all. They're in house. And now they're gonna have to react and pull back now as Ninjago takes the momentum through Valley with both scouts, although they will have the Uber to exchange on. That is, unless something crazy happens, both getting popped up and roundabout by Penguinite and Bibby. Both will get cleaned up in rapid succession, however. And now it'll be Ninjago being the ones backing out of Valley. And sitting with
Michael
about
PC.
sitting about 30 Uber advantage. And Michael
Yeah.
PC, hiding out in ramp room. What will he do?
Looks like he's trying to go for the back cap. He is going to have to win this 1v1 against Kots, though. Unfortunately, Kots had already started jumping, and so he is going to be able to win it.
Here comes
now,
S.
S should be able to clean him up, but Michael PC has already done what he needed to do. S just barely staying alive there, forcing everyone on the refugees back to cap up onto second, making sure that now Mario is going to have a big Uber at to work with. They deny refugees an opportunity to get in onto mid.
No.
Looks like they want to try and force their way in through house regardless, and now S going down means that they're going to have player add to work with here for Ninjago. This is really good for them to try and get back in here, which they desperately need to do.
Yeah, indeed. And I mean, if they weren't careful, they could have been popped on easily by Ninjago. But they do back up. They get that Uber at Shutter, trying to stabilize as much as they can without S. And now Mob looking like he's getting ready to go out of lobby through main as Penguiny bombs onto the point, and Earl taking out Alex. Nomad cleaning up Penguiny. So, I mean, did not work the way they wanted to. 2 down, and now FUG, just like a pendulum, back and forth, back and forth. Here they go through House, Lycaser, and Kotz. Trying, and actually, Blues running back to their second. They're just giving up the midpoint completely. I'd rather get the forward spawns and just stabilize on second. Bit of a conservative call, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it is very conservative, but I guess, that's just kind of the mindset that they are in, considering they are down 3-0. They don't want to take any unnecessary risks if they can help it. Now we are going to see the Soldiers S gets kind of denied mid-air. Really great pipe, I think, from Alex to take help take him down there. So now both Soldiers down on the side of the refugee squad. They're just going to have to try and play it back up by the lunchbox. So actually looks like, yeah, Nomad wants to try and take us a little bit. It's going to be Lycaser falling, but he's so aggressive with this Uber. Yeah, going in. He should be able to get on the Penguiny, and now the counter Uber does come out from the side of Ninjago. They are going to be able to take down Nomad. It looks like a little bit better for Ninjago, as long as they don't lose anyone else here. Bibby a little bit far forward in lunchbox, just kind of waiting for an arrow before he gets out of there. Kotz trying to make a bit of space for his team S as well by this truck side area. Kotz in super deep, trying to get onto Mario. Does so much damage, but the combo playing good and around their medic and be able to stuff both of those Soldiers. So now that should be a definitive mid capture for the side of Ninjago. The question is, how aggressive are they going to be with 2 Soldiers down on the refugee squad?
Oh, I think they have all the signs in the world that should keep up with this pressure and this momentum.
Oh,
because Red Soldier's coming up. Oh, not if Earl has anything to say about it. Finishes off Bibby.
He is indeed. They looks like Nomad just trying to juke and dodge around. He goes down super weak, and now it's just gonna be the recollapse. However, Mario gonna be taken down. That's disaster right now for these Ninjago players. It's only gonna be Alex and Michael PC1 up and alive, and even then they don't have that much hit points between them. No. Oh, that's so unfortunate. He dies trying to go to the pack. A spam rocket from S takes him down.
Yeah, the demo stole that pack from him and said, "Sorry, buddy. See you. That's my health pack." Kind of let the teammate out to dry there. I mean, I'd be a little bit upset about Michael PC when you're sniping my health packs, dog.
Of course, but they got bigger things to worry about, bigger fish to fry, and that fish is gonna be Mob. They do have Hemi up on Sniper, trying to see if they can maybe nullify this big Uber disadvantage they find themselves in. Oof.
Yeah, got the shot on the demo right as they popped Uber. That would have been a huge drop, and now they're making him pay for it. Earl taking out Hammy, and Nomad cleaning up Alex. No demo, no Hammy for this last push. And now Mario is sitting with 6 Uber advantage, hiding around the point, but nothing doing as Nomad hops onto that point and makes him pay for not putting somebody on it. And now the 4th round for the refugees. This is match point potentially coming up with 6 minutes to go. Oh my lord.
Yeah, 6 minutes before we hit continuous overtime, but the refugees trying to make sure that we don't even get there with the pace they've been displaying. Sunshine was so back and forth, but on Metalworks, it really seems like they've been able to come alive. Unfortunately, the Ninjago squad have not been able to find any type of counter response to it, but we'll have to see if they do on what might be potentially our last mid number 1.
Ooh, yeah, Alex goes down really early to the Cot spam and Submarine, and now Red taking huge positional advantage, just bullying Blue out of alley once again. Just so dominant on these mids, and now barely getting their medic out alive with 40 HP. And here comes Refugee continuing the slog on with both Soldiers, Demo and Scout. Med through alley. The only one not in alley right now is Kotz because he's dead, and here they come.
Now they come in, flying in sky high. It is going to be S. We do see Bibby with the counter response onto Mob. He just gets it.
Ooh, Earl just boosted that Soldier right into Mob's face. That's just unfortunate, dude. He hit the air pipe, but I mean, at what cost? His medic.
I mean, once again, air shots are forever. Put that in the frag vid. You don't have to show that your med died because of it.
Yeah, just cut it right there. Just keep the music going, cut it. Next clip.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, Mob did die there, but this is a much needed turn of events if you are Ninjago. This is an opportunity that you've got to convert with. Going to be working their way in through Valley here. They are going to have to watch out because there is going to be a soldier bomb going in super deep. It is going to be Kaz. He does get the Uber out. So a bit unfortunate there. Luckily, however, I guess silver lining is they didn't just drop. So, you know, something always a little bit worse could have happened here.
Refight.
But now, yeah, the refight from Pug Refugees coming in is going to be S in behind, taking down Alex. Alex has been just being caught out so many times here, and with no demo, it's been making it so hard for the Ninjago squad to really try and lock down these chokes.
Yeah, one of the things that Mobe told me is that Earl doesn't like this map too much, and it's particularly because demos tend to struggle in this map, and we're seeing it with Alex, unfortunately. Not exactly his map right now.
As now it is going to be Bibby taken down, trying to escape. It's going to be the Ninjago squad furiously trying to build Uber to defend onto second, and doing some good spam damage, just trying to delay as much as possible. S might be taken down here, but no, he should be able to stay alive. As now Mario just now gets up to 100%, so they are going to have just in the nick of time to help defend on last, but with only a few minutes left before continuous overtime, this is going to be a very, very tall task if Ninjago wants to try and come in and take us to a map 3.
Here we go. Looks like they're trying to jockey for position. The bomb in from Kotz getting shot down by the anti-aircraft gun. Lancaster is just in like a madman trying to do everything he can, get all eyes on him, but there will be the double sack. And now Ninjago taking it out. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that the S in S's name stands for slippery at this point. I'm a firm believer. Now, Penguiny coming in with the big bomb.
Yeah, Penguiny does come in with a big bomb, does some damage, unfortunately does fall. That is going to be Michael PC1, however, taking down Earl. So no demo for the refugee squad, a lot better for Ninjago, as long as they do take down S, which they do. So now they are going to have a bit of player add to work with. Looks like there are a few players that may be trying to go for a back half potential. It is going to be Kotz and Seiche just running in behind. We saw this work out last time, but I don't think Kotz is going to be able to win this 2v3. He does take down one, however, and Earl does take down Michael PC1, so it looks like the refugees might be able to mount some type of continual defense onto second and just nullify any opportunity Ninjago had of pushing out of their own last.
Yeah, I was kind of miring on Mobe's movement. He was hooked up to his scout and was able to jump from the second point all the way to the edge of the bridge. It's a little bit of a clip. He can jump over the railing, got back to the house, and was able to live because of it. It was some slick movement. I've never actually seen that done before. But props to Mobe, man. He really knows his mechanics well.
It does indeed, and so far this has been just the refugees' game to lose, at least for the moment. They're going to be trying to take in this Uber, but once again, but Pyro just shutting everything down. They are lucky to get out the Uber force from Mario super late there. Lancaster is going to die, just kind of waddling around a little bit too long on last. Their cost does go down as well, so now we are going to see if maybe, you know, the Ninjago squad want to try and do something here. It is going to be Penguiny. He should be able to get onto Earl. Really great stuff there. It is going to open things up first team. They don't have to worry about any cheeky sticky trap. That's going to be S going down. Nomad tries to go in for a salvage play. He does take down Baby, but that's not really the player you want. So good push out from Ninjago, and this is, you know, an opportunity for them to finally get around on the board potentially.
Yeah, I think Refugee needs to need to relax a bit now. As Kotz goes in and gets the med. Oh my gosh, gets the salvage play. That's the salvage play that they needed. That's the salvage play they needed right there. Now Mope sitting pretty with 100%. Uber going to be coming out from their alley, pushing Penguiny back to his house with the rest of his team, and they're just gonna give it up.
Yeah, they are going to give it up. So unfortunate. Really great stuff, however, from Kotz getting onto Mario, netting his team full Uber at to work with, as now they're going to be trying to take this, like he said, in through alley. Question is, are they going to use aggressively, or are they going to milk it all the way onto last? We do see a big soldier bomb from Penguiny. He does get the force out. Really great stuff there. I think Mobe, I don't know if he necessarily had to have used there, but you know, he's in an Uber ad position. You know, he didn't want to just drop and give an opportunity for Ninjago to get back into his game, so I respect it it all the time as we do head into continuous overtime. So it is going to be 2-5. The question is it going to be the Refugees only taking one more round, or is it going to be Ninjago having the comebacks of all comebacks and taking 5 rounds in a row? Right now, not looking too good for them on their last, but they got to try and make something work. They want to head into a map 3.
Lycasur looking like he's trying to get cheeky with something, waiting underneath the point now as the cap comes down from Ninjago on there too. And here he goes, going for the Chaos play onto Mario. Popping off in lobby, gets the force, but looks like that was a 5-man sack pretty much for that.
Lycasur, on last.
He's back with Alex. Oh, they trade
Alex.
out. Oh, he
that's
couldn't
so
get 2.
huge.
He couldn't get the 2 back halves in the game. You could see he wanted it. He was hungry for it. But Alex, man, coming up clutch for his team there to save it. Because, yeah, if they're going to claw it back, it's going to be the TF2 equivalent of climbing Everest at this point because of how well Refugee's been playing on this map.
Yeah, it is, and you know, even though Alex died there, that was the much bigger play that he made there. So really great stuff. Just securing a bit more time in this game for his team to try and get some opportunities to work with here. But with Bibi going down here, we already see the momentum from the Refugee squad. They're just so quick getting it here onto second, and Mario should be able to get Uber in time for last, but looks like they might just want to try and take this regardless. It's going to be Nomad peeking things. Looks like they're just going to be going in, taking the Uber exchange. They use first. Now the flash coming in from Mario. This is going to be a lot better of an Uber for the Ninjago squad, but luckily no one else on the Refugee squad does die. It's only going to be S falling, and so they should be able to stabilize and hold on to second.
Yeah, Mobe did really well to find Seiji at the very end because he was dangerously close to dropping both his demo and Scott. They got down to almost single-digit health there, but doing well to keep his head on his shoulders and flick around, find his man, get out with all the players that he could, minus S. But I mean, S is fine. He'll find a way to come up big again.
Yeah, of course, and it might be in one of these sacks, as that is what Refugees have to try and do. Actually, no, they don't. They got add. Because they did use earlier there, as my producer did for me. So, question is, do they recognize that, and are they going to try and do something with it? Looks like they might, as they're taking a bit of positioning here, but no, I think they are going to let things even out. Maybe not just quite recognizing how big it was at a certain point, but now things are going to even out here. Question is, how do Refugees try and break in here? It looks like it's going to be just another Uber exchange through the left side here. They've been so happy to take these Uber exchanges. S does die once again to the Michael PC sniper.
And now Bibi bombing over to the left side on Kotz and Lycasur going to be cleaned up. And now 3 down for each side. 2 scouts for blue, and make that 1 demo in the fight with the medic for Refugee, and just desperately trying to get out. Earl trying to buy all the time for his medic that he can. And here comes the scout on a Mo, but getting dissuaded by S. Turn around and picked off by Hemi and Michael.
Wait,
see
Earl!
One in the back cap. Earl!
Oh my god.
They're dangerous, man. They love those back caps. They got to keep an eye on it, man.
Yeah, they really do, and I mean, they knew that Earl was there. I guess they just didn't think that he would try and go for a back cap like that, but with Nomad going to be taking down Hammy, it's going to be a bit dangerous for the Ninjago players to get onto mid here. The soldiers are going to be bombing in, making a bit of space, but we do see S trying to do his damage as well. He is going to just barely stay alive. Penguin falling instead, and now that is going to mean is Mobe going to be getting up onto Uber. Bibi should be able to stay alive, so things are going to even once again. Number one, actually, as I say that, Nomad gets in.
Ooh, and he gets dropped, unfortunately.
But Mobe didn't even use, though. So we're going to have Uber at to work with as long as they don't lose anyone else here. It should be good. Kotz in a bit of a 1v1. He does win that 1v1. Oh, but a nice air shot from Bibi onto Kotz. Really great stuff there as a, you know, even though they might not win this game. They still have the opportunity, though. But Bibi could put that in a frag movie regardless.
I mean, never say never. I mean, this continuous time. I mean, if the onus is completely on Ninjago, they're not willing to give it up now as Uber popped off, forced off by Mo, brother. And now Nomad hot on their heels, and here comes the demo?
Yeah. Earl just going in super deep, just trying to do everything he can to net this final round in favor of his team. As we are going to see Penguin jumping in high. There is going to be Cots hiding up on Batman. They do know he's still hiding there. I'm not quite sure. He's just drawing so many eyes. He eventually does die from the crossbow from Mario. Yeah, I mean, they knew he was there. He could have jumped out. But no, he live as Batman, die as the Batman.
I mean, he had to do his little tap dance on Batman, get those moves shaken out, hit the AD.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, dodging not as much damage as he maybe would have liked to. But now with Uber gonna be coming out from the Ninjago squad, probably forced out here as Mob, gonna be coming up to their own, especially quickly. And they're now gonna reuse to defend their second. Mario is going to fall. Alex just barely staying alive, might get caught and cleaned up, depending on how aggressive Sage is here. Like his does die Bibby in the back line, so they do have to worry about him. Actually, no, they don't.
No, they don't. S
just got that, yeah.
You can't counter the slippery man.
Hemi in a bit of a 1v2 here, and he draws everyone back, actually. A really great play from Hammy to just draw all the eyes back on to the refugee second, maybe buying a bit of time for his team to get stabilized on mid.
Uh-oh. S, don't get caught. Ooh, almost gets caught by the ticket trap left by Alex on top of house.
And
cleaned up by Michael PC1, yeah.
He does get taken down there, so that kind of nullifies any opportunity that the refugees had of maybe trying to peek in on to mid. Good thing to stabilize that, and they've been able to get midpoint, so finally out of their half of the map is going to be Ninjago. Question is, how are they going to be able to go even forward, as it looks like once again Sage just wants to take an even Uber exchange, as Penguinate is probably going to fall in lobby. Both soldiers down now. Oh, but Sage does go down, so he's not going to be there to take that Uber, as now it's going to have to fall on Lycaser. Earl doing a lot of damage, but Lycaser does go down fairly weak here. S as well. We do see the big bomb coming in from Kods. It's going to force out the Uber early, but both Ubers have been used a little bit better for beside Ninjago, because they're only using it onto Hammy. S is just kind of trapped up by the truck area. So unfortunate there, but the late bomb from Kods does so much damage. He only finds Hammy, though, not being able to find onto Mario. Going to be able to stay alive there, and with both soldiers down, it's looking like Ninjago want to try and press the attack.
Yeah, dude, and S once again proven he's just indestructible. But yeah, both soldiers bombing in for blue. Lycaser takes that Penguinate.
Oh.
And now 3 down for blue. Actually 2 down now as Hammy comes up from the spawn finally. 12 seconds without a demo for blue, and another? No. I thought it was a pause, but it wasn't so. And now Refugee looking to peek out from house, taking the aggression early, getting positional advantage, and now here comes the bomb of a red crate in the form of Bibby, getting denied by Nomad.
Oh.
And Hammy and Mario going down. Earl getting some use out of his pills, taking out that medic, and now fat Uber advantage coming out for Refugee, trying to force their way through house, and poor health for the Ninjago side, but Alex taking out S with some stickies.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all it can do for the moment here, just trying to lay as long as possible, give an opportunity for Mario to get his own Uber up so they can maybe try and defend on their last, because this Uber is going to be coming out from the refugee squad, probably either onto second or onto last, depends on how far they can try and take this, as they're waking their way through Valley here. It looks like they're going to be able to get in basically for free. No one's going to be trying to go for it. Actually, no, as I say that, it is Penguin. He does do a lot of damage to Mo, but not able to find enough to get the force or the kill. Kots is in aggressively already. I don't really agree with that, because they did have Uber to work with, so just kind of throwing his life unnecessarily. But the Uber, yeah, does come out. Is going to be
on the point.
Yeah, a lot of cap time on the point, and they're just going to be able to no! And that is going to be it. The refugees take it 5-0 on Metalworks, is securing them another playoffs game going forward. But that is going to be it for Ninjago. Their season is over. They walk away with 4th. Unfortunate for them. They played a really mean Sunshine, but at the end of the day, it was just a bit too much for them to handle on Metalworks #1.
Yeah, hard fought all the way through. They held on as long as they had to, but I mean, in the end, like I said, I think Refugees just had the upper hand coming into this one on Metalworks, because it seemed to be their map on Monday, even though they lost the series. but they seemed confident enough to pull out a 4-2 victory. And those back caps, man, they pulled them out on Monday, and it worked for them well here as well.
Yeah, it did indeed. And, like it's are able to get a sneaky one. We saw a lot of attempted ones as well, just
Hmm.
kind of causing fear in the hearts of Ninjago every time they tried to push out of their own last. But still, regardless, really great stuff from them to walk away with it in two maps, 3-2 on Sunshine, 5-0 on Metalworks, really kind of showing up on the enemy team's map choice. And I don't know if you have the logs up and available,
Well, I do.
Mr. Numero Uno, but one thing that immediately pops out to me is
Yeah.
Mario dying 8 times, Moby only dying 3 times,
I mean, he was
having a
good.
much better med game.
Yeah, yeah. He clearly showed that he was a better medic. And I mean, if not, if not just for that little sneaky jump onto the bridge, I don't know. That impressed me, man. I've never seen that before. But yeah, 3 deaths is big, really big. I mean, had fewer healing, but I mean, I don't think he needed to heal as much because the damage difference. Yeah, they did. I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It's when you look at it, it is actually super close when it comes to damage and
Yeah.
kills. You look at like the damage and kills, it doesn't necessarily look like it's going to be
No.
a 5-0 roll. And a lot of that, to be fair to Ninjago, was extremely back and forth. We had an 11-minute round. The last round was 15 minutes, so they were
Yeah.
definitely putting up a good fight there. It was just at the end of the day, the pushes were just a little bit in the favor of what is it, the refugee squad, and managing to find a home here on Metalworks. I do want to say Alex Malmai threw up 26-19, but 284, your top damager, and the server just kind of pumping it out there. Really great stuff from him.
Wow.
Unfortunate his team wasn't able to make stuff work off of it. But also, in addition, Earl 21-7, just
Mm-hmm.
not dying and just being able to get the kills as well.
Yeah, no, it's really interesting because I swear I saw Alex dying a lot, but I mean I guess he was making the most out of his lives with the damage. But yeah, which is interesting because his Michael PC1 has 31 kills, so clearly cleaning up on something. But I mean I guess Hammy and his soldiers just really not stacking up to S and Cots and Lycosur. No, I mean yeah, it seemed to be just Alex and Michael PC in the server based on these stats alone.
Yeah, yeah, and to be fair, was kind of back and forth,
Mm-hmm.
very, very
Mm-hmm.
stalemate. So that's why you can maybe see a bit of a discrepancy, like you said, at 126, because if you're watching the flank and you're just kind of playing your life, there's not much for you to shoot at, and he's going for a lot of hidey plays. So
Mm-hmm.
it does kind of make sense how we have a little bit of a discrepancy between the combo players and the flank players, but still. Alex doing really great work, just pumping out that damage. Same
No
thing with
doubt.
Earl,
No doubt.
staying alive so many times. I mean, you're demo dying 19 times versus only dying
Yeah.
7 times. It's
Yeah,
such a big
that's
difference.
almost 3 times the difference.
Yeah. Actually, that's almost equivalent to the amount of kills that Earl got as well. But
Mm-hmm.
still really great stuff from everyone in the server. They all played their hearts out. But it's going to be the Pug, just the refugees walking away with it and going on to try and fight the loser of Tara Resume
Resume.
versus GG Go Next. I don't know if we have the loser of that just quite yet.
Don't know. Don't know.
We do. It's going
Hmm.
to be GG Go Next. Tara Resume winning that against GG Go
Oh,
Next. So it's actually going to be a
rematch. Let's
again
go.
between the refugees and GG Go Next. They've got their game decided ahead of time, and so we're gonna have to see if maybe they're gonna be able to find some way to respond to GG Go Next, or whether GG Go Next are gonna be able to walk away with another victory like they did last time these two teams fought in playoffs. But aside from that, it's gonna be end of the run for Ninjago. Hopefully, they're gonna be able
Womp
to
womp.
spin force another time.
Yeah, definitely. Unfortunate for them, but I mean, they played well to get to the playoffs. I mean, that's a goal in and of itself for so many people. So they can't hang their heads too low. You know what I'm saying? Something to be proud of. Made it to playoffs in Maine. I mean, I'd brag about that to a few chicks at the bar if they cared enough to listen.
Of course, show off your RGL profile. Hey, look at that, main playoffs, baby.
Yeah.
You know, pull up the logs. Show your epic damage and med picks or whatever. But hopefully someone listens because it is, regardless, a really really great season for them so far, being able to get in to main playoffs. And if you're looking at the start of a season, oh, main playoffs was 8 teams and there was only 13 teams that survived. No, they pushed it down to 4. It was a double elim, so it is kind of only the top 4 now. So
Hmm.
still has kind of that allure of being able to say, ah, yes, I made the playoffs. So good stuff from Ninjago Rebooted. Hopefully we might be able to see some type of Ninjago in the future, come back and either win again in main or maybe even go forward on into advanced. You never know. But regardless, that's gonna be the end for them. We still got a bit more from the refugee squad coming up against GG Go next. Going to be interesting to see that. But I think aside from that, and of course we do have merchandising. Please go
Hmm.
check. Please go check. I think that,
Exclamation merch in chat if you want to check it
yeah,
that way.
yeah, some really really great options out there. Aside from that, I think that's going to be it. Do you have any shout outs, Mr. Number One Rocker?
Well, shout outs to the refugee team in Ninjago. I mean, you guys played well. You had good matches for us to shoutcast. I'd like to shout out Fireside for having me on for my very first cast. It's been a pleasure doing this. A lot of fun. A little bit nervous, but yeah, fun all the same. And I guess my fiance. Hi, how you doing, sweetie? Love you.
All right, all right. Well, I will have to mirror a couple of those shout outs to refugees and to Ninjago. I know a lot of players on those teams, so really great to finally be able to cast y'all, and really great season for all of y'all as well. Good stuff from both of y'all. And as well as always, shout outs to Dr. Underscore for doing all the production work
Of
here. Shout
course,
outs
of
to
course.
you. Yeah, shout outs to you, Number One. It's been awesome to be a part of your first cast. Hopefully, you can do many more here on Fireside. You did exceptional, phenomenal. Get everyone in
Oh,
chat.
please,
Give it up to Number One. I think you did an
please,
amazing job.
please. I'm blushing.
Yeah, well, you deserve it, man. You deserve it. You
Thank you,
really did a
thank
really
you,
great job.
thank you.
As well, aside from that, shout outs to the merch, shout outs to all of you guys watching, shout outs to the players for playing. Without them, there'd be no match to cast.
Hmm?
And with that, that's going to be it for us here on Fireside as we brought you the coverage of Ninjago Rebooted versus the Refugees. Refugees managing to find a home in 2 maps, 3-2 on Sunshine, 5-0 on Metalworks. Going to be interesting to see how they fare against GG Go next.
Mm.
But until then, that's going to be it for us. Take care and have a good night.
Bye bye.